The one thing today I want to do is go over just some real quick and easy exercises for bands. There's never an excuse why not to get your workout in. So these are bands. I use these a lot with my training, you know, and I know a lot of other guys have a lot of different things they utilize. However, I really feel being on the rehab side of things, you can take these right to the gym with you and even superset with these compared to your standard weight when you hit the top of that, you know, exercise and the weight just kind of takes the tension off. The difference with bands is the tension gets stronger. So I think it's really something that you should utilize. These bands are colored different because they've got different tensions. Start with the yellow, which is the lightest band. So if you're just getting into it, you can work with that. Then we go to the green, a little bit stronger, and then red, which is the next step up, and then finally blue. We do have one more, which is a purple one. Now these are Spry bands, S-P-R-I. You can get these on spry.com. I'll also have a link on jimmybluff.com to go there. We've got about 15 minutes before I start turning red, so if my dude smells something burning over here, that's not the grill down the street, that's my face cooking. Ginger strong. We're just gonna do a really quick upper body workout, maybe 5 minutes or less. We're gonna bust through everything. For argument's sake, I'm just going to use a green band, even though I'm really strong. Really strong. First thing I like to do, especially with all my shoulder workouts, step on the band. I put it right in the middle of my foot. You'll realize the one thing you don't want to do is step off it and then have that band come up and hit you in the rear end. That's happened to some of my clients before, and it will definitely wake you up, but you will not have a good morning. So I want to tuck my shoulders back. I'm going to take a side view, just where the seam of my shirt goes. Everything is totally relaxed, right? So as we're doing these side laterals and working on our deltoids, a couple different ways I'll do it. I'll stand right here, neutral, and I'm only raising from my elbows up, or I'll take a step forward if I feel a little bit of crunching and cracking. Most of you do because you've got an internal shoulder rotation, and I know you're sitting there like, oh my gosh, that's me. I know, me too. So we're gonna come up, and I'd like to go nice and slow. 3, 2, 1, squeeze. 3, 2, 1, squeeze. Now normally my breathing would be exhaling on the way up, getting the oxygen into the bloodstream on the way down. Okay, now how many should I do, Jimmy? Honestly, everyone's different, but between you and me, I go till I can't even move my shoulders and everything's just burning like a mother. And then I'll even do some drop sets. How many sets should I do, Jimmy? Again, everyone's level of advancement's different. What I would do is do as much as you possibly can. I'm the type of person, you know, at one point in time, I ran barefoot and I didn't realize I ran 4 miles. I was just having a great time running. So I'm a little bit of an extremist with my exercise, as a lot of professionals in our industry are, and so I want you to be very safe and do what you feel comfortable. So we've got our side laterals to make more tension. You can stand on it with both feet right here, and even with that light green band, we're still creating more tension. All right, the next thing we're going to do is go into shoulder presses. We first did side lateral raises this way. Now I'm going to simply take it, put the bands behind to where my elbows are at 90 degrees, and then we're going to go straight up from there. Okay, now we're doing military presses, working our front delts, side delts, the overall shoulder. And this is something, honestly, if you're getting up in the morning, the best thing you could possibly do is get up, take a nice hot Epsom salt bath, throw some relaxing music on, and go into a nice deep stretch, foam roll out, and then 20 minutes of band work. And let me tell you what, you would have an incredible day. All right, so we've got our side laterals, and then we went to our military press. Now we're gonna do biceps. So again, I'm gonna step in front of it. It's in the middle of my foot. Now we have our bicep exercises, okay? Now you can change your grip, and you'll notice you'll hit different areas of your arm. I'm not gonna get technical and say big words because I don't really care, and I don't think you care either. Just grab the bands and start doing it. I never wanna lift my elbow. I see a lot of guys do this. For me, that takes all the contraction away from the peak, and I wanna feel it right here. So I'm keeping my whole lower arm completely relaxed. If I want to make a little bit more tension, I'll step on it with both feet. And I like to feel it the whole way through the extension, all the way to the contraction. There we go, using a big word. Awesome. Okay. Now we've got our biceps. Squeeze as hard as you can. These are what you call partials. You can do partials to get right in the peak and then extend all the way up. Squeeze. Okay, now we're gonna go into triceps. One tricep exercise you can do is step on, step through, and then come up like this, right over your back. Oh yeah, folks. Exhale, come down slow. Exhale, come down slow. Okay, you can just grab a stationary object, if you will, or a friend that's heavyweight. Come here, and you can either hold your grip open like this, you can hold your grip this way, like you're doing a hammer, or you can do this way. And you'll notice it's gonna hit different areas of your arm. The reason I'm being very vague in explaining how my grip is, because every single one of you watching has a different holding pattern. If you're side sleep and your arms are rotated, you might have elbow pain. I want you to, adjust and shift the movement to where you feel it exactly in that triceps. And if some of you see my actual elbow, as you know, obviously I'm a bodywork professional and I work on, some of the top professionals in the bodybuilding world. The Mr. Olympia's next week. I've been working on a little overtime, so there's no pain involved with it. However, sometimes I do need to get it drained. And I do find that, getting blood flow through it, even like today, is highly beneficial. Even individuals like myself have to really take the time to take care of yourself. We're gonna do some rear delts. With this same band, I'm gonna come right here, and we're gonna come back. I like to go nice and slow. I like to isolate. My head is on a swivel. My core is pulled in tight. Okay, so we've got some rear delts here. And for me personally, I like to superset, especially when I'm using just simple bands. So I'm gonna go from rear delts, and then we're gonna turn around. We're gonna hit some chest. So we've got a pec fly. Come back slow, and there's a big difference on leaning forward and hitting your upper chest and coming down, and you'll feel that difference. I want you to play with every angle. Take your time and keep tension. If you're out here, there's no tension. So I'll come in about halfway. If you work higher, you're gonna hit up in this area. Now, some of you feel your delts because you have internal shoulder rotations. So do your best to make sure you only feel your chest working. We're gonna go into a chest press now. I don't like when people just hop out of bed and do push-ups. I think it's kind of dangerous. Envision a piece of pizza. If it's cold, that cheese is gonna break and snap once you pull it out of the fridge. If it's a hot, steamy, pizza fresh out of the oven, that cheese is gonna stretch, right? So get your body nice and warmed up. So now we've got your chest press. And you can superset back and forth. Now we're gonna do two different back variations. We've got our simple row, where I'm dragging and dropping my elbows, and I'm gonna work that entire back, or I can even do one at a time. We're doing a single arm row. You're extending and squeezing. I'm feeling it right here. So we've got the one arm row, and we've got two arms. If you see a bodybuilder backstage, he is doing exactly all these to get that pump in his chest and pump in his entire upper body. All right, so in just a couple minutes or less, I showed you side laterals where we lifted from the side. I stepped on it, I stepped through it. We did shoulder presses, okay? Then we did rear delts to tighten up the rear delt. Then we did pec flies, trying to remember the order. Then we did bench press. Then we did back, both two variations, single arm and two. So again, jimmybluff.com, go online, get some bands, in 20 minutes, your whole body could change if done every single day.